the league versus Caitlin Clark, and that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next level.
3 years ago, you were not talking about the W at this level. Don't do that.
Guys.
Nobody was, Monica. You making Stephen A. point, Monica. Monica, you making Stephen A. point.
Monica McNutt recently put herself in an awkward position while speaking live on air about Caitlin Clark. She argued that people should also recognize other players in the league instead of giving Clark full credit for breaking attendance records. McNutt added that there have been players in the league who were arguably better than Clark, but they did not receive nearly the same level of attention or viewership.
The response of folks that don't think she is praised enough and she is above reproach in terms of criticism, or that praising another player is an affront to her, is like, whoa, bro. Like, also, like, you're in my mentions talking about women's basketball. I've never ever seen you before in my life.
It's clear there's a certain narrative in the media around Caitlin Clark. Still, she doesn't engage with the criticism or respond to the doubters. Instead, she focuses on her basketball, continuing to break records at a remarkable pace. Clark keeps proving herself on the court, and with each performance, she seems to shut down critics one by one while fans watch as earlier opinions get challenged again and again.
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
All right, we gotta go.
Stephen A., I'm talking to you. Wow. Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Really appreciate
my girl, but you've missed a lot of episodes the first 6.
Caitlin Clark's rapid rise in the WNBA has been widely seen as remarkable, but like many major sports stars, not everyone has been quick to fully accept her status. While her talent and record-setting performances have attracted major attention, her path to being recognized among the league's top stars has also come with strong debates and ongoing controversy. ESPN discussion panels, in particular, have often become points of disagreement, with analysts such as Monica McNutt and Molly Karam presenting different views on Clark's overall impact. McNutt has at times leaned toward other rookies when discussing top honors, while Karam has appeared cautious about fully embracing Clark's achievements, which has only fueled further public debate.
Rookie of the year is going to go based on the standing.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese.
Monica McNutt initially supported Angel Reese in the Rookie of the Year conversation and was one of the more vocal commentators early in the season. Her reasoning at the time was fairly straightforward. She believed that Reese's performances, along with the Chicago Sky being in a stronger position in the standings than the Indiana Fever, made Reese the more impactful rookie. McNutt openly expressed the view that Reese had what it took to win Rookie of the Year, and that while Caitlin Clark was clearly talented, she had not yet reached that same level of impact.
She is cashed in, literally cashed in, but her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. She wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese?
For McNutt, that perspective appeared reasonable at the time. Angel Reese was performing at a high level in ways that are uncommon for rookies, and her impact on both offense and defense for the Chicago Sky gave her an advantage over other first-year players. In contrast, the Indiana Fever were having a difficult season. Even though Caitlin Clark was delivering strong individual performances, her team's overall standing worked against her in the eyes of analysts like McNutt when comparing Rookie of the Year cases.
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA. There are women that were worthy of coverage prior to her arriving, and I just will not be silenced when it comes to it.
During an ESPN broadcast, McNutt appeared to revise her earlier stance on Caitlin Clark, although some felt she still delivered her comments in a somewhat critical tone rather than fully praising her. She acknowledged that Clark had established herself as one of the top players of the season, not only among rookies but across the entire league. According to her, it wasn't just the statistical production that stood out, even though the numbers were strong. It was also Clark's leadership of the Indiana Fever, a team that had struggled to find consistency, and the way she managed to draw significant attention from fans throughout the league. McNutt admitted that while she had strongly supported Angel Reese earlier in the season, Clark's performances had ultimately made her reconsider her position.
game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm.
While McNutt may have softened her stance on Clark's performance, not everyone at ESPN was seen as equally enthusiastic about her success. Molly Qerim, one of the network's well-known hosts, was often perceived as being less expressive when it came to highlighting Clark's achievements. At times, conversations appeared to shift away from Clark even when her record-breaking performances were a major talking point. Some fans noticed that whenever Caitlin Clark was mentioned, Qerim seemed more reserved in giving her strong praise, which led to discussion among viewers about how her success was being framed on air.
There were a lot of people that laid the groundwork that deserve shine as well. Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
We don't have Andrea.
Remember, you got
we don't have any of the women, Chanae. They'll come back on. We'll revisit this conversation gladly.
One of the most discussed moments came after Caitlin Clark broke Alyssa Thomas's assist record, a milestone many viewed as further proof of her status as one of the league's rising stars. Instead of centering the conversation on that achievement, Molly Qerim was seen as quickly steering the discussion toward other players and their contributions to the league. To some viewers, it appeared as though Clark's accomplishment was being downplayed or not fully emphasized, and that did not go unnoticed by fans or commentators. This led to speculation that Qerim's approach was aimed at distributing attention more evenly across the league's talent pool, although others felt that this framing came across as forced or unconvincing.
Going to be dogged by better defenders one-on-one, and of course on the defensive end she's got to go and play defense. So I'm not sure what the scheme will be to protect her, because nobody has talked about her as a defender, and there's reason.
The commentary became even more pointed when Caitlin Clark set a new single-season points record, a milestone widely seen as a historic achievement. Instead of focusing primarily on the record itself, Molly Qerim emphasized that Clark's popularity was driven more by her fan appeal than by her on-court performance. She suggested that Clark's status as a star was largely connected to viewership and attention rather than purely her basketball ability, framing her rise as being fueled by popularity. This interpretation was criticized by some viewers, who felt it overlooked Clark's skill, production, and work ethic, factors they believed were central to her drawing such a large audience in the first place. As a result, Qerim's approach was viewed by some fans as an unwillingness to fully celebrate Clark's accomplishments, leaving a segment of the audience feeling that the young star's achievements were not being given the recognition they deserved.
Exactly what I'm saying, because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention, and they're not as talented, we're not putting the best team out.
Caitlin Clark's rise in the WNBA sparked major debate, with analysts and fans divided over her impact and Rookie of the Year race. Stephen A. Smith strongly defended Clark, saying her talent and record-breaking performances proved she was the real deal, while others like Molly Qerim were seen by some as downplaying her achievements. Critics such as Gino Orima initially questioned her ability to handle the league, but Clark quickly proved them wrong with standout performances. She broke multiple records, led the Indiana Fever's improvement, and became a serious MVP contender. Despite ongoing media debates and comparisons with Angel Reese, Clark stayed focused on her game and continued to dominate. By the end of the season, she had firmly established herself as one of the league's top stars, not just a rookie sensation.